Hello, welcome to this new tutorial. In this one we're going to check if at any time during the ICO an investor can buy some altcoins. And so we're going to check this through a modifier, which is a Solidity tool that we will call can buy altcoins, you'll see, and that will simply check that, for example, if an investor wants to invest a certain amount of money, well, we will check in this modifier that his money invested plus the total altcoins bought by all the other investors so far is less than the total number of altcoins. That is the original maximum number of altcoins that was for sale. So we're going to check this, and then if that condition is verified, well, the investor will have to go to buy some altcoins. Okay, so let's make this modifier. To make a modifier in Solidity, you start obviously with modifier. Modifier, and then you need to give a name to this modifier, which we'll call, as we said, can buy altcoins. Then some parentheses because it's like a function. This modifier will take an argument, which will be the amount of US dollars the investor wants to invest to buy a certain amount of altcoins. So you know it's not the whole money the investor wants to invest, but it's a certain amount of dollars the investor wants to invest at a certain time during the ICO to buy whatever amount of altcoins he or she wants. And therefore, this variable will have the type uint, again, it's going to be an integer, and we will call this variable USD invested. But we need to start with the type, and the type is, as we just said, uint, and then the name of the variable USD invested. All right, and now be careful, it's not like in Python. I always make sure to remember that I'm not in Python. We need to add some brackets here, and if I press enter, there we go, the closing bracket is automatically added. So that's the bracket of the can buy altcoins modifier, and that's the bracket of the whole contract. Okay, so modifier, now we are going to enter the condition that we want to check to make sure the investor can buy the altcoins with the money he wants to invest at a certain point. But we have to input this condition in something called require, which is again like a function that will check if this condition is true. And if it is true, well, the function that will be linked to the modifier will be able to run, which you will see will be the buy altcoins function. Okay, so in this require here, let's input the condition, which we said, well, very simply, we must check that with the money that the investor invests in USD, well, we must simply check that there is still enough altcoins for this amount of money. And so let's convert everything in altcoins. We must check that the US dollars invested by the investor multiplied by the conversion rate from USD to altcoins, which is 1000, but let's use the variable here in case you want to do some other ICO with some other token. So USD to altcoins. So this amount here gives us the amount of altcoins that the investor wants to buy with his USD invested at a certain point of the ICO. And so if this amount in altcoins plus the total amount of altcoins already bought, which is given by this variable here, total altcoins bought. So I'm copying this and pasting it here. So if basically the amount of altcoins that the investor wants to buy plus the total number of altcoins already bought, well, we must check that this is less than the total number of altcoins existing, which is 1 million. That is the maximum number of altcoins originally available for sale. So let's add here lower than. All right. And we must check that this amount here is lower than the maximum number of altcoins, max altcoins. That's the condition we must check to make sure an investor can buy some altcoins with a certain amount of US dollars. Okay, so now to conclude with this modifier, we must not forget the semicolon and then just add here an underscore with a semicolon again, and there we go, our modifier is ready. So the underscore here is just to say that the functions to which we will link the modifier will only be applied if the condition is verified. That is, if this condition is true. All right, and that's exactly the purpose of a modifier.